So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to weave the cross string of a badminton racket. The idea of the cross string is that we want the cross string to go up and down against the main, and also in the opposite way as the previous string. So if you see that the previous string is going down, up, down, up, down, up, we want to go up, down, up, down, up, down on the next string. Okay, so it's just an opposite pattern, and that creates a nice tight string bed for the shuttlecock to hit it. So before we start, I want to show what I have done so far with this racket. And what I've done is that I have tensioned the fourth cross from the bottom, and I have left the fifth loose. I haven't tensioned this string, and then I'm gonna weave the one after that. That's just weaving one ahead of the tension string. And the reason for that, you should check out my other video on the soft weave and hard weave. It's always much easier if you weave one ahead instead of tensioning and then weave this one. Okay, so let's just talk about the process. So first we insert the string on the grommet, and as I mentioned, we're gonna go up and down and up and down. So we just weave according to the opposite pattern as the previous string. And this process takes a little bit of practice to get used to, and some people do it quickly, some people do it really fast. I've seen people who can do this really incredibly fast. It's just whether you're fast or slow, it's just a matter of practice, and then also paying attention to the soft weave and the hard weave. Soft weave is much easier. So after you finish and reach the other end, you actually reach the racket frame, you insert the string into the other grommet hole. And then what you do now is you want to pull away most of this slack away, and leaving a small loop to be tensioned. The best way to pull the string is not to pull it when the string is straight. What happens here if I pull is that the string is at the sharpest angle against the main string. So what will happen is that the cross string will cut into the main string. The proper way to do it is we want the cross string to be at an angle. So this is what I usually do. I pull it up and I pull it. I pull it up. Whenever I do this, this angle makes the cross and the main to be at a much nicer, they won't cut into each other. So I do this. I just pull, 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 until I have around this much loop at the end of the string. And then what I do is I take this one and I tension it on my machine. Okay, the tensioning also has some tricks to it. We don't want the string to be like this. We don't want the string to have a curve in it, because if you leave a curve in it and later on we straighten it out, we ultimately is going to lose some tension. So when the machine is pulling, we want to make sure that this string, we want to push the string in such a way that this is straight. It's a bit more tricky on a crank machine because you pretty much want to crank and push the string at the same time. So it's a two-hand process. Whereas since I have an electronic machine, I can just press a button and I can push this down as while the machine is pulling. And this will eliminate all the slack that could have introduced into the string by not having this straight. For the crank machine, you want to crank while you want to push this string while you crank and before the lockout engages, because once the lockout engages, there's no chance to take away any more loose tension anymore. Okay, so this part is done, and what we have now is we're back to the previous scenario. Is that now we're one string tensioned and the next string is loose. Okay, now I can move my flying clamp to clamp this string. Okay, and now the process repeats. I take away the tensioner and then I pull the rest of the string away. Okay, and then I start weaving the next cross string until we're up to the end. Okay, so this is the process that I take to weave and tension the cross string.